Oh shit. Are we on? Are we on? We're on, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna continue on with our community game today. And hey yo, cheerio, Tommy says. And okay, so last week we cleaned up the project a bit and worked on a couple things. Today we're gonna make a test level for our game, and then we're going to continue on making sure that's muted good. Yeah, we're just gonna keep on plugging away here. So we'll say L_test level, and we'll start building some more stuff and testing our stuff out. So we'll open this up. Yeah, I don't know what everybody's done today in the last week on the project, but it's on like Donkey Kong. I was just singing the DK rap actually before the stream started, which is funny. I wasn't going to tell anybody that, but obviously here we are. We're finally back, performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Open my test level before I lose my shit. Alright. Are you opening the oh, this is the test level. I'm just dumb. Okay, so you know, we'll throw in our usual environmental lighting mixture, and we'll do all of our regular shit just so we can see stuff. We don't need, well, we'll do height fog, but we don't need clouds. It's a test level, right? So anyways, hopefully you guys have had a good week here this week. We hopefully we'll get quite a bit done today. So first off, I'm just going to add a vault geometry box. All right, and then make a new folder for lighting. And I'll stick all this in there, and then I can never look at it again. Oh, also, details, we'll clear all these. We don't need that. And then this is going to go to, like, 2000. I just don't want to look at it anymore. All right, cool. We got this box here, and we're going to do, we'll do, like, 5,000 by 5,000 for now, by 20 to make a floor. Let's go! And then we'll throw down a player start. I don't even know where the hell that is. Not in the right place, anyway. Alright, we'll start here, and let's just create a couple more walls, I guess, as well, hey? Something like that, and then back to perspective. Hey mate, how long is the stream today? Probably gonna be 2 hours-ish. Need to spend some time with the lady today as well, because I did a bit extra work yesterday, so her time got cut short, which I feel terrible for, so we're gonna make sure that we make up for it today. So anyways, let's grab some more boxes here. Well, sorry, geometry backs. This is like the old school geometry where you could actually control the brush settings. Yeah, so anyways, we're gonna make this 5,000 by 20 by 500, I guess. We'll do that, something like that. So this should align up perfectly with our wall here. Just like that, I believe. Perfect, and then we'll obviously duplicate that and bring it over here. And then I will copy both of those, and we'll 90 degrees. Move those over here, and we got walls, everybody. Done. Is 500 big enough? I mean, it's probably big enough for our purposes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. Well, it looks like we got to set the game mode in this as well, because obviously that's not correct. So let's just do that in the default editor here. So, project settings, maps and modes, default game mode. Let's do the combat game mode, so we know what characters we're spawning in, etc. Fares may go into listening only mode later as you need to clean. Yeah, Nam, let's get that shit cleaned up, right? Let's do it. Play, there we go. Alright, load all them textures in, let's go. Oh, we were doing some stuff. Or somebody else was doing some stuff. But, Oh yeah, it looks like someone was doing some foot IK stuff. That's awesome. Why don't we add some hills and ramps and stuff in here then? But okay, so let's start with that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna build everything with geo boxes. Like, why not? Geo boxes and ramps and all those. There's linear stairs. Yeah, let's drag those in. I'll just have a couple of these things in here that I can just duplicate. You don't have to worry about it. Cylinder. What else? That's fine for now. Yeah, we can do the rest as needed. Alrighty, so let's first let's make our jumping and mantling kind of area over here. So details. Let's we'll start small. We'll do 0.25. I'm sorry, we'll do that's for the height is what we're looking for. So yeah, we'll stick at 200 and then 0.25 I think for this. I'm high. I just need 25 for this, don't I? Yeah, I do. Alright, so that'll stick to the ground there. There we go. Tommy says, also, if you move a level file to a new folder and the map has unloaded assets in the world, they can get lost and won't show in the level. Yes, I learned that the hard way. The level that I made the save game tutorial on, I moved some assets into another folder, and that level completely disappeared, basically, so that was unfortunate. So, yeah, you were 100% correcto in that. Alright, this, if they're gonna be 200 each, let's make the snapping, like, yeah, 100, I guess. And then now this will be 50. What? I'm confused. What just happened there? Where are... There it is. Oh, I see. Okay, we'll take that off, put it on the ground. Snap it to there. Perfect. Okay, so that's 50, and now we'll do another one here for 100. Oh yeah, right here. Sorry, I was like losing my mind there for a sec. Okay, make sure that's good. Yeah, this is just to test our characters' jumping slash our mantling and stuff. We can test that system out today that David made. We'll do 200 on this. I deleted it by accident. Okay, there's that. Then we'll do 250. Because that should be the maximum amount of height, right? And then we'll do 3, obviously. Okay, sweet. We should make these walls maybe taller then. Oh, I see. I just got to move them up. Hopefully everyone's having a good week this week with their game deving, because what the frick is going on here? I want to select all, but it won't let me. What the frick is going on here? Brush, it should be these 4, right? Yeah. That was weird. Why wouldn't let me select all of them? Okay, sure. There we go. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I got a sidetrack there. Yeah, so hopefully everyone's game deving's going good this week. Sounds like Tommy had a big breakthrough in his thing. He had like a 500-page GDD, which is crazy. That's, I mean, but that's probably not uncommon. But, yeah, so he got that finished, and he was feeling really good today, this week about his progress. He was saying in the Discord, so that's awesome. Who else we got in here? David, TG, you have to reduce the jump velocity of this character too. Is that? Oh yeah, you were fooling around with that, were you? Were you? Non-nanites, performance. Well, you know what? We don't need shadow maps right now, so yeah, preview. Light map resolution. I'm just seeing. That's should be fine. I mean, we could disable a... That'll be in project settings. Yeah, virtual shadow map, sure. Shadow casting. Don't worry about that. Shadow casting. Move shadow pre-baked. That's fine, whatever. Okay, anyways. Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Sorry, I got distracted there. Jump velocity. You don't like the jump velocity? Looking like he's jumping on the moon? You don't like that, David? I think we should increase the gravity. I think the gravity should be a little bit better. But yeah, jump velocity. Okay, yeah, we can reduce that. We'll do that right now. Everybody working in the project, how you guys liking the new system here? The folder setup, it's pretty nice, hey? Alright, load that up. Don't forget to post-process volume and check that box. Yeah, man, 100%. Play camera shake, select cloud. Yeah, we got rid of the camera shake. This is a work in progress type of stuff. All right, so jump. Where's my fingers? Right there. Jump velocity 600. Whoo! Half that. We'll see what it looks like, I guess. He still floats quite a bit. What were you, who was working on what? There. But, anyways, let's, yeah, where's gravity? Gravity scale, let's put that at 1. Let's just see what it looks like. I mean, we want this to be, like, semi-ish realistic, don't we? Yeah, that's, let's do 0.8. I'm just gonna change it on the other screen here. 0.8 probably will feel right. Yeah, I can't wait to get the air animations looking nice. Nice. Because yeah, he's like walking on air like he's like some, you know, god tier character. Anyways. Tier, I mean the jump is not too off on what Eddie and I had planned for the protagonists. Oh, real time? I didn't say anything to you? Let's see. Let me scroll up and react to real time so he feels included. Sorry. What up, yo? Yeah, what up, yo? Sorry, yeah. Just learned that this morning. Thank God for a diversion. Yeah, right, Tommy, for the stuff, for the level stuff. The mantle system is also implemented. So how does it work though? That's what I need to know. We still haven't gotten a community kind of GDD set up yet, so that we can make the documentation for stuff, so we know how to implement it. So I'm sure it's a component or something is what you made it. Hey. Yeah, right here. Okay. Let's check that out. Oh, whoa! What is happening here? It's all red. What the? You can do that? I didn't know you could do that, actually. That's pretty cool. So, doing a line trace for wall location, blah, blah, blah. That's awesome. What calls us events? That'd be good to know as well. We got a Levi Oaks just joining the realm. Nice. Welcome to the realm. We are over 8,100 now, so that's awesome. Channel's been growing like crazy. So thanks everyone for the support. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, let's congratulate our good boy King Boars for getting his Unreal Engine authorized instruction certification. Right on, King Boars. Congrats. I don't know how he's doing his thing right now, but in terms of all that, but if you guys want to book with me as an Unreal Engine authorized instructor to do some one-on-ones, you guys can visit my website, takengrace.com, and go to the Oracle. There's like an Oracle link or something below there. That was Azura's idea. I don't classify myself as an Oracle, but I'll take it, I guess. So, okay, sorry, I'm looking at this. This could be optimized with timers. Yes, this should be optimized with timers, because you're running this every tick when we're not mantling, right? So... Jump helper, I guess you got a thing there. Set will delta seconds, interpret speed of 4. Okay, sounds good. And then set vault mantle, calculate for a trace, additional condition checks. Check if an angled object. Okay. Draw debug, calculate forward line. Okay, so this all looks good. It makes sense to me. And calculate wall heights. What do we have for our wall height here? Mantle. I guess it'd just be better just to see it work. Anyway, sorry, I'm sure David's screaming at me to do stuff like normal, and I'm ignoring him. So, Tyr, did you try to change your YouTube name since King's stream? Yeah, maybe. TG, it's implemented in the character's jump code. Frick yeah, let's go. Okay. Crazy. Can you tell me, please, having the character blueprint in the memory in some widgets related with the UI bad for performance? Or because the character is always in the memory, it doesn't matter? So, the big thing about... yeah, a lot of people think that just because the character's loaded into memory that it's fine to cast and reference your player character and stuff. Which is fine, but for your game, but you got to think about future too, right? Like if you wanted to move a system over to another game and it's like referencing your player character, well, that's going to break a bunch of shit, right? So, and you just don't want all the dependency stuff regarded to your player. Like you don't want it all attached to your player. If you don't need your player character for something specific, if you can cast or get a reference to a base class, specifically the C++ ones, that's better, like character or pawn or any of those ones, right? Because majority of the stuff you'll ever need in your character is going to be in those classes anyway, like your player state for your inventory and stuff is in your pawn, right? So, and the other question you said, having the character blueprint in memory in some widgets related to the inventory, is it bad? So your UI, anything to do with your UI should not be in your character at all, regardless. It should be in either a HUD blueprint, or in your controller, because your HUD lives in your controller anyway, but I always put it into like an actual HUD, like a HUD blueprint right here, right? So we'll open this up. I don't know if there's anything in here yet. Yeah, there is. Okay. So yeah, I put it all in a HUD blueprint, and this HUD blueprint lives inside of your controller, because your controller persists between death. As soon as your player dies, if you have any widgets in there, those widgets are going to get removed from parent, because the character gets destroyed, right? So yeah, so we don't want to do that. Anyways, next up, interfaces. Yes, interfaces are great for one-on-one communication, but be careful of putting hard references in there. I made the mistake in my first-person shooter of making an interface and then having an input of, an output of my character, and I'm thinking, oh, this is better than casting, right? But that was incorrect. It's no different than casting if you're doing it that way, so it's probably actually better to cast in that instance. I'm using interfaces, but still get the references in memory only blueprints. But still get the reference in memory. Well, so yeah, okay, I see. You're using interfaces for the HUD, or you're using interfaces for the player? The widgets for the inventory are in the player controller, but also a character reference, and I get it from there. Yeah, I mean, you don't even need a character reference in your controller. If I'm being honest. Like to do the interfaces, I mean, because here, I'll open this controller. All you need to do is get either player pawn or controlled pawn. Right? controlled pawn. This is a pawn object reference. You're going to plug that into your interface, and it's going to still trigger. It's still going to trigger the HUD stuff, right? Because this is going to have the exact reference of your character that you're controlling. So yeah, you don't even need a reference to your player. Okay, so if you guys have references to your player inside your controller, you don't need it. You're controlling the player. Get the control pawn, or get the player pawn, or whatever the case is, right? So yeah. I don't know if you can get a character reference in here. Character... No, just the player character, which is still generic enough if you're doing single player to get the player that you're playing as, right? When you're in multiplayer, a little bit more complicated, but that's why get controlled pawn is the thing, right? Because in multiplayer, there's going to be multiple controllers, but they're all controlling one individual pawn. So if you get the control pawn, it's the pawn that exact player in multiplayer is controlling, right? So, anyways, let's keep on going here. So I'm going to check this mantling system here and see what we can get. Oof, the camera's all fucked up there. Alright. And then there's a little bit of a collision issue as well. You can see the line traces, that's pretty cool. Can we... Oh, we can still mantle at 3 meters. Yo, bud. Yo, bud. Hey? Okay, so let's... That camera was okay. Yeah, the animations need some work. So... I don't know if that's an animation thing of him clipping through the wall, or if that's like... Actually, it kind of is. Do you disable his collision box when we do this? And yeah, we need more animations anyway, because you know that shouldn't be a whole thing. That should just be a quick up type of thing. Hey, you know what I mean? So, but hey, I mean, the mantle system works. That's awesome. Looks great. Sorry, the system looks great, but yeah, the visually we got a couple things to work out. Yeah, I like standing on air, right? Anyways. TG changed the FPS interface from the player to the CP pawn. Oh yeah, CP post pawn. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, 100%. The widgets... Oh yeah, I read that one already. Yeah, I disabled the collision. Yeah, that's good, because I'm sure that caused a bunch of issues. Makes sense to me, right? So... right, and I gotta put a post-processing volume in here, like Tier said. Post-processing volume! Details, I mean, we don't have to make it the whole effing level, we don't have to calculate all that shit, so why don't we just make it, you know, 5,000 by 5,000 by 5,000, basically. Right, so... And then center that guy. Is that it? That's it. Nice. So we'll do that, and, what do we need? I think that'll... get us all... Do we have auto exposure on? Because that, by the way, I don't know if anybody knew that this thing existed without a post-processing volume, but inside of project settings, if you type in auto exposure, if you ever walk into a house or an indoor... We do have it enabled. You walk into a house or an interior of some variety and the lighting's all messed up, and then you go outside and it takes like a second for it to like get brighter, or even if you start your game and it takes a second for it to get brighter, that's because auto exposure is on. If you turn that off, you don't get that. It's great, right? Control L, can you, let's just make this, you know, a little bit more interesting looking, right? Control L affects the directional light in the scene. We can also just click on lighting and directional lights. Let's make this 5. And light color, I don't know. You know? Sure. maybe not quite, but yeah, alright, anyways. Alright, so, that's all done. I might, actually make it, you know, noonish or something like that. But anyways, okay, so that's all done. That's our jump area. We might as well put a text render there. Never know where the text render actually is, so I gotta type it out. So we'll say, you know, the jump area. Jump/mantle area. $90 degrees. Okay, there's that. Make this, where is it? World size. We'll make this 50. We could put text renders here, but we get, you know, we get the idea. Hopefully, here, I'll make this, since we can mantle 3 feet, or 3 meters, which is crazy, by the way, but, we'll do 3.5 meters, and we'll see what happens now. I will make it, I will do another text render here, and, there we go, get that out here, get this down here. And put this down here, and then I will just basically put a bunch of spaces in here, so, so we have to redo it. 3.5, oops, 3.5 meters. Okay, I guess I can't? Question mark? Where'd it go? Oh, I did world size like an absolute moron. Okay, anyways, there it is, jeez. 3.5 meters. 3 meters. 2.5 meters. 2. And then we just did 1. We skipped 1.5 because that's silly, in a sense. 1 meter, and then we did 50 centimeters. All you Americans are like, what? Right? But 25 centimeters. Pretty good. We'll space it out a little bit. Something like that. Perfect. Okay. Nice. 1 meter. Oh yeah, 1 meter's needs some space. Whoops, wrong one, sorry. I wasn't done with you. 50. Let's do that. There we go, that's not bad. Cool, sure, right? Cool, that works out there. Okay, what do we got here? 3 meters. Don't skip leg day, bro. Yeah, man. Need to do that 3 meter dash. Next, we should do jumping. I do jumping a little weirdly, I guess. So, I will, oh, first, sorry, let's actually test the mantling on 3.5 meters. I just want to make sure we can't do that, because that'd be freaking ridiculous. Oh, good God, what is happening? Well, I'm stuck in collision now. Alright. What happened there, right? Inside of your mantle thing here, calculate... We should have a max wall height here somewhere. Oh, is that it here? Oh, okay, so let's do, let's, you made this a you made this a collapse graph, okay. Oh, we do have inputs, good. Let's make this an input. I think it vaulted instead of mantled. Oh, I see. I'd put you in prison for doing 3.5. Like, jumping 3.5? I mean, yeah. I mean, what good is prison if I can jump 3.5 meters? I'll just go straight over the wall and just frickin' run for it. They'll never catch me, right? But anyways. Oh, man, you broke it. You fucking broke it. Why can't we have nice shit, TG? You fucking broke it. First time chatter only, good sir on Twitch says, hello, what are you building? We are building our community game, which is called Bionic Smash. So, I missed that chat. Hopefully that was relatively recent. But, yeah, we're building a community game here, so, we're gonna get our AI zone set up here in a little bit, and we'll, start working in our game mode and start getting some game rules set up, right? Moo! We mooing! That, hopefully that was a moo that came through, because I pushed that, the soundboard button, and then I just hear, like, sirens, and, like, huh? Who's getting arrested? Hopefully I didn't get swatted, right? You know? It would be very shocking if somebody actually knew my real address, because it's like, I don't think that's, like, online anywhere. So it'd be very, very hard for people to figure out where I live. And if you think you found it through the business site, that's not the right address either. Anyways. Alright, so yeah, if this is the jump height, I believe, starts a line trace from 30 meters on top of the object. Okay, oh, just to find the edge, I see. Okay. Part of me thinks that we should have like this is not a bad idea, but I sort of like the way they do it in the gas animation thing, where they have splines on the edges of where you can actually grab. TG showed the middle fingers to the stalkers. Yeah, right. Well, I also live in like kind of a shady area. The whole like, you know, north end of town is kind of shady. There's some gang activity, you know. Azura went for a walk by herself last night, and I was just like, my god, lady. Not without me, right? Broke the 3.5 meter law. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, maximum height you can jump is 2.5. Yeah, goddamn blimp. Anyways, yeah. So, starts line trace on top of the object. That's fine. Okay, so this is just checking the wall height. But where do we actually... Okay, location, wall height. Get actor location minus 90. Okay, and then we're setting the wall heights again. Do we shorten this line trace, actually? Yeah, okay, let's do that. Sorry, this is literally where I just was. Let's do 300, and let's see if the if I can do the 3.5 meter jump now. Right? There should also be a check, actually, in this mantle system if we can fit as well. So I should be able to do this. Yeah, perfect. And then this one I should not. Okay, you just literally go through the floor and die, I guess. Okay, sounds good. But yeah, there should be a... Basically, you know, David, you're free to do this as well, but like how I would improve this system is, yeah, so you do have the vertical check, so you check from the, you know, I think 3.5 is fine because you can check from the root of the player. Here, I'll go into, you know, right or whatever the hell mode so we can actually visualize this. So, you know, we're going to go from the bottom of the player's root all the way up, so that'll be, yeah, 3 meters, I think should be the cutoff. So, you know, is there a ledge here? Do a check there, right? Is there a ledge here that's 3 meters? If that's true, great. The next check we should do is, we should do a sphere collision check and get the sphere collision of our player, and then put it right here. Does this fit here? Right? Because if I put a roof here now, you know, if I, just for the sake of argument, we're just gonna move this up and hit play, right? Like, there's effing no way I fit up here. Well, I don't fit up there anyway, but... Okay, I do fit there, I was wrong. I mean, you guys understand what I'm trying to get at here, but... yeah, there's literally no way I can fit there. Like, my capsule won't fit there, but I bet you I'll clip through it anyway. Oh, you did this, oh no, yeah. So yeah, I don't fit there, right? So we should be doing a capsule collision check, basically exactly where that ledge is, and then maybe forward, I would say, like, you know, what, 50? 50, right? So, just, yeah, do a sphere collision, or a capsule collision check there, see if we can fit. If we can't fit, then we can't do the climb, right? So, I would add that in there to make this a little bit more, robust. TG, we should make a custom mantle system. I want a new mantle system for my project as well. Alright, sure, we can work on that, I guess. Let's get this test level set up first. I do want to get the game mode started as well, so we can start planning out our levels and all that. But, so yeah, we'll do that next. But, okay, so let's... First, we'll use this, because we can figure out what kind of stairs and shit we can do, right? So this will be the jump area will be next. So we'll... just get this over here. Let's rotate this 90 degrees. I will duplicate this. And then I will, actually, I will move this. Right? over here, and then I'll duplicate it again, and then I'll make it half the size. Well, almost half the size. What's the height of this? I guess it can be whatever. Let's make this 400. And then this will be 2. That's easy math, right? I mean, I would have done the other one, but it's just easy to use round numbers. Okay, so we'll do that. Let's put this on here. I don't know how I feel about that staircase, but I mean, it's fine, I guess. 95, 95. I knew that wasn't straight. There we go. Okay, and we'll do this. We'll do this. Is that right? Right there? Right there, right there, right there. Something like that. Okay, and then we'll move this over so it's actually where it's supposed to be. Okay, so this will be our jump area. This will be our crouch area, I suppose, if we're doing crouching. I don't think we should. It's a fast-paced game. Crouching seems irrelevant for this game, personally, but that's just my opinion. This is a community game if you guys want crouching. Why don't we do a little poll here? Where's my blah-blah-blah? Can I do it here? Oh, I can do it here on the chat window here. Crouching. So yeah, keep in mind if you're new here that we did decide this is going to be a fast-paced game. So I think crouching's a little unnecessary, but we'll let you guys decide. And if you're on Twitch here, you can just put in the chat, because I don't know how to do a poll in here on Twitch. Yeah, no idea. So yeah, just put in the chat if you would want to see some crouching in this or not. So we'll let you guys figure it out. So while we're doing that, I'll just make sure these stairs actually work. That's the collision. And we got whoever did foot IK. Good job, working great on the stairs. Yeah, perfect. Foot IK, excellent. So, yeah, we got that jittery camera. This is where, if you go into the character here and we go to the camera boom, where the what's it called? Camera leg is nice. Because usually that fixes that kind of stuff, right? We might just have to increase the camera leg if it's not that great. So yeah, there's no more jittering. The character is more jittery than anything. Why don't we change him to be... Actually, camera boom. Where's tick? All the tick stuff here. Tick, buddy! Okay, we already have it on post-physics. What about the camera? Camera should be post-physics as well. And the capsule collision should be post-physics, I believe. That might cause issues. We'll see. I just want to make sure that we have a smooth effing stair, right? I mean, it is smoother technically. It still looks a little jank. I think the easiest way to fix that is with collision, honestly. Like, if you get regular ass stairs, like if we build some stairs in, like here, let's just test this out because I'm kind of curious myself. We're going to modeling mode. We'll make some stairs, right? Stairs, we'll say number of stairs 10, and step width, step height. That all seems relatively fine. We'll do a bit wider though. We'll do 300. Okay, so we'll make those stairs. And there's going to be no collision on them by default, so you'd have to Control E this static mesh so that we get into this guy right here. And then obviously, yeah, you need to do some collision stuff on here. So let's add a box collision. This is literally me seeing if this works. Works better, I should say. So we're going to skinny this up. Let's turn this off. Something like this. Let's rotate it so that it's... you know, something like this. We just got to be careful we don't go too far in. We'd have to put some more collision boxes up here for the top step and the bottom step. But the only problem with this is the IK is not going to work now, I think. Now that I think about it. But does this fix our other issue, right? Run over there and see. Does it just look jank because of the steps moving and it's like creating that optical illusion? Right? But, oh, our foot IK does work still. Sweet. Okay. So, yeah, because this... I don't know what looks more janky. Yeah, right? So, ass stairs fart when you stand on them. Right. I'll write that in my documentation. What are ass stairs, right? Should, TG, we should mess around with the gameplay camera plugin for Bionic Smash. I mean, we could, sure. But again, you know, we may want to release this game as a free game at the end of it, so we don't want to put anything in there that we can't use. So, all right, what else we got here? Did Camera Boom replace Spring Arm? No, Camera Boom is a Spring Arm. I just call it Camera Boom, for some reason. Crouching would allow you to add more movement variations that require a crouch start, like a jumping uppercut. Yes, that's true. I can share the crouch anims that I borrowed from Gasp. Yeah, we should be able to use those, so we can do that. Real Time said, are you using root motion to move onto the ledge, or what about a modern RPG QFBS? Modern RPG, I mean, in a sense, this has RPG elements to it, this game that we're making, so... David said, unfortunately not. It's some shady method I figured out a year ago when I was a noob in UE. I see, okay. Sounds good. TG, we can probably use complex and simple collision for the steps. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it worked anyway, right? So I wonder if that's what you did already. The gameplay cam plugin comes with UE. Oh, well, shit, yeah, we can experiment with that then. Fuck yeah. Alright, anyways, back to the jumping. So, jumping, for me, what I generally do is, we'll make this, you know, 600 by, what's it called? You know, 400, I guess. And, yeah, we'll keep it at that. So we'll move this over. I'll make this wider as well. I'm gonna do 400 by 400 because I want to get a bit of a run at some of these jumps. Sometimes, right? It's a jank AF test level. Okay, so I'm just gonna first go to the top view here, and I'm just gonna measure 50s right there. Is it now? Is it now? Let's make these snap to the grid. Control N, I think, is what is that shortcut? Snap. Align origin to the grid. Okay, well, sure. And then we'll rotate that 90. And then we'll turn this on to not scaling, sorry, moving to 50. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, and then this will be over here. Snap that to the grid. I thought there was a shortcut for that. I swear to God, unless you just got to set it. Align origin to grid. Same thing, everything's all friggin' messed up. Why don't I set that shortcut? Align origin to grid. So I'll go into my... I believe it's editor preferences for keyboard shortcuts. Right here. Align origin to grid. Let's do geez, what shortcut should I do for that? Right bracket is also bound to that, so we're not going to do that then. N, I guess. Sure. Because that's what I pushed initially anyway. Squeeb said, if you crouch, you gain the Street Fighter's superpower of the low kick. Control G. That's actually a good one. I already set it to N. N is snapping in something I use. I don't know if that's Blender or if that's, it was a shortcut in, Final Cut and Premiere Pro to, like, turn snapping for your clips on, but I can't remember if it's for something else. Anyways, hit N. That'll speed up my workflow now. Okay, this, and then this, and then this. I'm just gonna move it over. Actually, yeah, never mind. How about I select all and hit push N? Yeah, there we go. Hey, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Everything's all somewhat aligned, but not really. Whatever. Okay, anyways, sorry, I don't want to waste any time on that. Perfect. And then, okay, so here's our jump. There's 50 right there at that line, so that's great. So let's just do that. So I'll move this over now. Good God. It's not aligning like how I want, you know? So 50's just right there, pretty much. A little bit lower. Sure, good enough. All right, so yeah. Anyways, what I do for jumping is, what happened there? Oh, I snapped everything to the grid, and that's funny. So the lighting includes that. So where is the lighting here? Actually, I can just control L, right? There is something like that. Control N, F'd up a bunch of stuff. All right, so there's that. Oh yeah, and then these guys too. Funny. Come on, come in, come in. There we go. Yeah, is that the right direction? It's not. All right, so there we go. Okay, so that's 50, so that's basically nothing, but what I do here is I actually add like little lines here. So I'll create another, like I'll just do a basic shape here for a plane. And I will change the material. Okay, white's actually perfect. So then I'll just shrink this up here. 0.2, I think. Oh, sorry, it'll be 1 here and then 0.2 there. And this will be, you know, 1 because it's a frickin' plane, right? Then I will kind of line this up here. And then I'll make this bigger. Okay, so there's that. And then, yeah, this is where we can figure out our player metrics, too, because we haven't really dived fully into that. So I'm going to duplicate this, put it over here for the start line. Okay, and then, so now I'm going to put the snapping on for every, we'll do every 100. Okay, so we'll move that, we'll move that, we'll move that. Just keep going here. Okay, and then I'll do one more here just for safety, and then now I'm gonna do 50. And I'll move this back, and then I'm gonna shrink this line, scale, we'll do 0.5, I guess? Or not 0.5, sorry, 0.05. Yeah, we'll do that. So, and then we'll do this. Okay, so next I would create some, what's it called? Another text render, basically. We're gonna see like how, what's the word here? How far we can jump on one platform versus like, you know, creating a bunch of platforms and then you don't make it and then you fall and then you gotta go all the way around and back up to like test it, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of dumb, so this is how I do it. And then when you want to know if you can actually jump somewhere, like you can either get a run at it, you can do it from standing, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? So, yeah, I'll just quickly throw another text render in here. And I angle it down like that. Yeah, 80, yeah, usually like 85, just so you can kind of see it, and then I'll spin it around. 180. Perfect. And we'll make the text, you know, not white, ideally. Let's see here. Perfect. Okay, and then, yeah, the text render color is usually, like, pink or purple or something I can frickin' read, right? Except I can't... Oh, it's light pink or purple or some shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Huh. Is there color somewhere else? Or is that just the lighting? That might be just the lighting. Yes, it is. Okay, so in that regard, text material. Yeah, maybe we'll just do this instead so we get a flat material that it's not affected by lighting. Sure, grid material. Oh shit, I can't do that, right? I forgot. That seems to be okay. Sure, okay. Sorry, I was like wasted time on this now. Alright, so move that over here. Turn this off. And, well, yeah, we'll do, what's it called? This will be 50 centimeters. And then, we'll do this one here, and this will be, 1.5 meters. And yeah, we just keep doing this, right? This will be 2.5 meters. I like how the 0.5s is the main one, right? How far should we be able to jump? We should figure that out today, because that will help us design some levels later. And then I'll check the result of our poll here, if we should be able to crouch. Okay, there's that. I will probably go to the outliner and just duplicate this and put it over here too, so we have multiple angles. Great. All right, so let's see here. So we do want to be able to crouch. Interesting. Okay, sounds good. 17 votes on that, so that's good. All right, we want to be able to crouch. I mean, yeah, we could create some hazards or something like that, or attacks where like crouching is a valid technique, I guess. So let's see. Just going back here. David asks if we want a dissolve effect to play when the item or bot despawns after use or dead. I was thinking it explodes, and then, you know, it could fade out, I guess, after the explosion or something like that, but, that would be fun for bot despawns. It would be fun, yeah. But it's more satisfying for you to, like, kick the bot, and it, like, ragdolls and then blows up. Like, that just seems super satisfying to me, personally. Yes, sorry, Grid Tack. Welcome to the stream, first of all. Yeah, he's asking what we're building, and David answered him, sorry, pardon me, Squeebs answered him in the chat. Oh, no, it was David. Squeebs just commented, and I just read the wrong one. Yeah, this is just a test level for our game. We're just gonna figure out our player metrics and stuff for the game here, and then we'll, work on that. So, next I will move this over here. And then we will go to the details, and we'll highlight all. We'll just say jump test area. Okay, and then move that over. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, this is just a test. We can delete this. And let's move our player starts over here so we're not friggin' running everywhere. Alright, here we are. Test this. Alright, so from standing, you know? Okay, our jump, we can jump on meter. From standing, but running, let's see. Okay, we can do 4.5. What do you guys think about that, right? Here, let me just end this poll. We got 19 votes, all for yes. So, let me, oh, first of all, sorry, where is he in here? He was in, Tommy, here he is. Tommy's now a moderator, because he's a minister in the thing anyway, so, yes, save, there we go. So yeah, Tommy's a moderator, by the way. I forgot to do that, like, the last couple streams. But anyways, so, where's my mouse? There it is. It's a brawler type game. Yes, it is. I'm gonna open up the, sorry, that's usually where my thing is to switch profiles on my thing. I'm gonna open up, Obsidian, and, yeah, like I said, we gotta get a GDD, like a community one going. Somebody was gonna create one, I can't remember. Crouching could be used to mitigate bot laser beams. Yeah, we could have a bot that shoots like 4 laser beams and then spins around or something like that. Like, yeah, we could do that for sure. By the way, somebody said last stream that I should, like, this notebook I should give away or something like that because it'd be a gold mine, and I kind of took that advice to heart, so I'm gonna write a book, and the first bit of the book is gonna be, you know, what all the variables are and what they do, all the basic nodes, casting interfaces, like just kind of go, like the first half of the book will be about all that kind of stuff, the last half of the book will be like basic systems that are in majority of games, how to add logic, or pardon me, how to add inputs, how to add jump, crouch, how to do fall systems, and then like all my specialized ones in here I'll put in there too, so that'll be great. Alright, so we want this one here. So we got game design, load checkpoints, load from checkpoint to create challenge. Okay, yes. I did remember that. Fast-paced combat, crouching. Yes. So, alright, sounds good. We'll do some crouching. Put this off to the side here again. Alright, so let's figure out how far we're gonna jump. Does that seem appropriate? Like, that when we're standing, we only jump, like, essentially a meter? Because that's pretty much all this is, right? That would... I feel like we should jump higher, actually, now that I'm, like, looking at this. If we're jumping, if we have any sort of platforming anything, you know, like, say, I mean, I guess we can mantle. Like, because if you jump... Oh, yeah, and you have a double jump. I forgot about that, too. So we have a double jump. So when we double jump, we're off the end, so... Gotta make this bigger now. Okay, and then we'll just copy or select these and move them by 100. Okay. Okay, this is we're at 7. Yeah, okay, 7.5. We're at 8.5. Man, you can jump 10 meters. That's insane. That's insane. Whoops. Wrong thing. That's what I wanted. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so let's test that again. The double jump. So basically 7 meters. Damn, I went, this has to go farther. That doesn't change the amount of space we can jump, but, yeah, let's play from here. So, standing still double jump. 1, 2. 2 meters. Actually, you can probably do more, because you get a bit of air control, right? 1, 2. So... 3 meters. Okay, so 3 meters will be our... If you guys are happy with that, I don't know, it's up to you guys. I will build a crouch system when I'm free. Oh, that's okay, David. We can do it on stream here because it doesn't take very long to create it. We just need the animations, to be honest. And the animation blend space. That's the most time-consuming part, but the actual, like, crouching is not that hard. So, we also need a check for standing up. So, I mean, we can fit in here, but we can create a crouch area where you crouch, and then when you're crouched, if you go to uncrouch, it's going to check and see if you can stand up for the full crouch height, right? So, alright, so... Do we color some of these lines and state that this is how far it's going to be? I guess? Or should we just put it in the GDD? There it is. So, game design ideas, player metrics. So... Walk speed, so jump height, we established was going to be 3 meters. Sorry, jump height will be 300 meters per second is what we set. The mantle height will be 3 meters. We'll say standing forward jump was 2 meters. Standing forward double jump. Did I get that wrong? I think I might have got that wrong. Sorry, let's check it again. So sorry, it's like 1 meter, right? And then does 2.5 feel right? Well, I don't know. It seems to vary sometimes. Okay, yeah. If I start moving before I jump, then it's totally different, right? So, but if I stand, jump, and then move, I basically go nowhere. So yeah, it's basically, let's say 3 meters for the double jump. Standing, we'll say 1 meter. Okay, and then the running forward jump will be, let's see, what was it again? Four meters, roughly. We'll say 4 meters for safety, right? Because, I mean, if that's the edge of the platform at 4 meters, then you're going to land on it, right? So, we'll say 4 meters. The double jump. Jesus. It's like 8.5 meters. 8.5, eh? So let's say 8 meters. So that for the same reason, right? Running forward double jump. So if you're watching, why are we doing this? Because when we design levels, we need to design levels around our players' metrics. And the first thing that you do when you join a project is you should come onto the test level and you should play the test level. How high can your player mantle and jump? Right? And then how high... Sorry, let's say jump length area. Right? Yeah, you should come and test your player. What are the constraints of your player so that when you are designing your game and designing your levels, designing your enemies, all that kind of stuff, you know exactly what is going to be influencing the player's play style and the player's basically interaction with the game, right? So how does the player handle? That's like one of the most important things that you need to learn when you first join a project. So that's why we're building this test level right now. Okay, so let's see here. We got... sorry. There we go. Okay, got rid of it. So 4.5 is good, but we're gonna be a bionic character, so maybe enhanced pickups for farther distance. But I think 4.5 is a solid base. What if we make double jump an augmentation or something like that? Would that make sense? Right? Like you just, like, sure, you're in an exosuit, but like maybe you have an augmentation that allows you to double jump. You know, what do you guys think about that? Tier says, I can make the GDD and have it editable for members with a link. Yes. Somebody, it was Squeebs, last time suggested something, and I've never used it or heard of it, to be honest. So, but, Squeebs, if you're on, what was that system or website or whatever it was, for a GDD, for like a community thing? Grit Tack, it's a brawler. That jump height looks really good, especially paired with attacks. Yeah, 100%. The next thing I want to test is, you know, the air attacks. Like, obviously, the animations are jank as shit right now, because we don't have any air animations and all that kind of stuff, but we disabled gravity up until, like, we're done the animation, notifies. Right? So, but yeah, we'll have to fix that janky shit, but, anyways... Squeebs, can you extend the jump by crouching mid-jump? Oh, you want to do the old Halo crouch jump, hey? I don't think that's necessary just because we already have a mantle system, right? So, you know, you jump, double jump, and then mantle, right? So I don't think we need a crouch jump, like, so we can skip massive areas in Halo 2 and shit, you know what I mean? So... Good God. How do we fix that, David? I'm just wondering, because it's like if the height if it doesn't work, it goes through the collision, and then just, it finds that's what's happening. It's finding the floor. right? You know what we should do, David, is we should create a new, a new trace channel. Here we go. New trace channel. Let's make one for climbable, we'll call it. Right? Default will be to ignore. And then anything we want to have that, so we'll have to... We can't do that in this test level, unfortunately, because I don't think they have collisions. So we'd have to make an actual blueprint with boxes, I guess. Which is a little annoying for a test area, I suppose, but... unless... Oh, this is where we can use the spline tool, actually. So if we... let's create a blueprint. So let's go into my developer folder, because this is a... system that I want to test. I'm going to make a new blueprint class, type actor, and we're going to call it climbable spline. I mean, we were going to do this anyway, right? So, I mean, might as well figure this out now. Sorry, climbable spline. Climbable spline. Let's open that up here. Eddie and I were talking about adding a shield to the a shield the character retracts from an arm to counter bot projectiles. Sure. I don't think it needs to be necessarily not a shield in the sense of like something blocking it, but like maybe like a light shield or something like that, because it's supposed to be slightly futuristic anyway, right? That'd be pretty cool. 100%. Let me put that in the thing here. And Tier, if you're gonna make the thing here, when the GDD, I can give you all the stuff we have here. Things to do, mechanics, orbital strikes, weapons. Let's, instead of weapons, let's say, or sorry, not weapons, we'll say a light energy shield. That's a good idea. 100%. Okay. And then what else we got here? Double jump could be a somersault with more height set up for a downward attack. Yes. Yes, 100%. Tier, I've made 2 GDDs and they were both dog shit. Well, yeah, but you mentioned an app though, didn't you? BCG, are you gonna call Solid Snake? No. T, your snake should not be solid. Well, that went somewhere I didn't expect it to go. It's okay, I'll do it, but what if I just use Google Docs? I'm super fine with Google Docs. You can organize shit pretty good in there. You know what? Here, I'll show you a GDD for one of my games if you guys want to just see how I set it up. Right, it'll be in this, and then game dev, and it'll do the Mandala one. Design docs. Yes, I believe it's this one. Alright, so, you know, here's the one for Mandala. I got title page, game world. Like, this is how, you know, if you want to just screenshot this is how I have it all set up. Design pillars are super important. We should get those figured out right away here, right? So, you know, this is all the design pillars I have in the game and how we're going to design the game around these 4 things, right? Story, game world, locations, mechanic, and systems. Like, it's all broken down here, right? So this is unfinished as well, by the way, but yeah, this is kind of how I have it set up. So I have document tabs, blah, 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 right? So I can send you that too, Tier, if you want. But anyways, okay, so let's get back into it here. So, okay, we need a spline. Let's do spline mesh. Or can we... Can you set collision on this? You can't, so we should do a spline mesh then. So spline mesh. And the static mesh will be like something dumb. It'll be... Does this, sorry, do spline meshes create instances automatically, or do they create static meshes? Well, it doesn't matter, it's not going to be visible anyway, so, let's do cube 1, but cube 1's going to be really small. right? So let's do cube 1 at like 0.1 all around here. Let's make the x 1. We'll do this, right? And I wonder if it should be even smaller than that, to be honest. Let's do 0.05 and 0.05 for that. Yeah, it should be like super small, right? And it's not going to be visible by default anyway, right? We're going to have it visible just so we can see it. Can you just have no material? No, it's going to do that by default. Okay. Alright, anyway, so we got a spline mesh. We will have a spline that we should be able to edit. So, which can be deformed using a spline. Okay, so we do need a spline then, I believe. And that goes there. I believe that goes there. Okay, then in the construction script, we need to do some stuff here. We need to get spline points or something like that. It's like get all spline points, or I can't remember what it's called. Get length, I think, right? Yeah, there it is. Get spline length. So this will return how many spline points we have. And then I believe we got to add an instance of this, right? Add instance. I honest to God can't remember how this works. I'm gonna read some comments because I'm sure someone's screaming at me here. Tier, if you go ahead, if you'd like to help me, I can definitely help. Work at the GDD won't be too heavy on my wireless hotspot at work. Do our best to correlate all the systems functions and visuals for everyone to stay on track. Yeah, for sure. Screenshot your GDD example. Awesome. And I'll get your info from Obsidian. Sweet, man. I'll make GDD editable, just create the base layout and add what I can. If me or anybody is more than welcome to help. Perfect, man. GritTech, how did you come to the idea of using a spline? I'm assuming the spline is a traversal path. This is cool. Yeah, so what... Yeah, sorry, I guess I should explain what's happening. So what I'm going to be doing is, you know, I'll drag this out here just to, you know, explain it or whatever the case is. So, we're gonna have a spline here. The spline cannot have collision on it, so I need a spline mesh, which is what I was just trying to figure out there. But anyways, we're gonna draw this spline out here. So it's like, we want to climb this wall, do you know what I mean? So, the spline mesh will fill out this spline length here, and then we're gonna set the meshes, we can do that right now even, the collision here to have... custom collision. It's going to basically ignore everything except for the climbable. It's going to block the climbable. So, we're going to do a line trace now. We'll have to adjust this obviously in the mantling system. But yeah, so now we can do a line trace, and if we hit this static mesh that has the climbable trace channel on it, then it's going to say, oh, we can climb here. We've hit something that we can climb, right? So that's also going to fix the us climbing. Because yeah, here, I'll show you. What's happening right now, we can climb 3 meters. Right? We cannot climb 3.5 meters. So what's happening is, it's doing a line trace. It's not hitting anything. So at the end of the line trace, it just literally traces all the way down until it hits something, and the first thing it hits is the floor. So that's why he's climbing into the floor, and then he falls through it, right? So by doing it this way, if we don't hit a climbable thing, we'll just tell it, you know, you didn't get a blocking hit, don't do anything. Right? So that'll fix that. That's what we're doing here. So spline mesh I set. Get spline length. Nah, I can't frickin' remember how to do this. Spline mesh. I'm sure there's something down here for spline mesh. Update the collision. Okay, yeah, we don't care about that. Like, how do you add the actual mesh to the spline? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you have to make it a child of this? No, you can't even do that. What about if I click the spline? That's fine. Let's get to the construction script here. Component tags. We don't care about closed loop. Huh. What would solve our problem is if we had a goddamn, if we could set collision on this spline, but I mean, I understand it's not a physical mesh, it shouldn't have collision anyway, but, default up vector, that's all good, but yeah, where do you add in, like, how do you set this? Because this would be in the construction script. We get the spline length, and why it's a float, I actually don't know. It should be an integer, I thought. Actually, we could do one spline. What if we don't do a spline mesh? Let's just do a frickin', what's it called? Just a regular static mesh. We'll do instance static mesh to save on memory. And then the static mesh is just going to be that cube like we just had there. Okay, so cube, and then its scale is going to be, well, it'll be 0.05, 0.05, and then we're going to control this scale here. So let's drag this in, add instance, because we were just adding a instance static mesh. We're going to get the spline length. We're going to split this transform. Let's get our get actor transform. And we'll split this once as well, sorry. Splits, plug these in. We just want it to be exactly the same as our root transform. But for this, we're going to break this. Sorry, what? Oh, I'm sorry. We want to make that. Not make vector net, whatever that was. Make transform. There we go. Make vector. That's what I want. Okay, so we're going to get our spline length. And that's going to be our x, and then this is going to be 0.05 and 0.05. Okay, so this should work great. Next thing we should do is we should, inside here, make sure that the collision settings are set to no collision except for... so literally all of that except for... climbable will block. Let's also block world static and dynamic so we can place this guy. You know what? I'm even dumber than I thought. So let's we don't even need a static mesh. We just need a collision box. Box collision. So we'll get rid of this. We don't need that. But what we'll do is we'll get the box and we'll set box extent to be and we'll plug this into here. Boo, let's see here. Let's make this... I need to physically see it, or else it's not gonna make sense to me. Okay, so there's that. The 0.5's not really gonna work. I gotta make this spline bigger so we can see, I think, is what the issue is. Event graphs. Here we go. Make vector. Set box extent. This should just be, I don't know, 20 by 20, maybe? There we go. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Just literally a bar for us to grab, right? Do we want this... Well, this will be visible in the game, right? So not hidden... It'll be hidden in game, but visible to us in the editor. Where is it? Hidden in game, visible... Okay, yeah, perfect. So we'll compile. This is literally all we need. But we also need it to be set location. Or we should make this a child of this, is actually what we should do. Why don't we do some more math? Let's do, so we don't need that. We're gonna get the spline. Let's get first, here, let's do, fuck this, let's not get that. Let's get the first spline, or get spline. Good God, I cannot remember what the hell, or I'm not spelling it right. Spline points at point index, yeah, perfect. Point index 0, and then we're gonna get spline point at, or so can we get the last? Like, you know, I'm trying to get the last points index so that we can get this node again. And then calculate the length between the two of them, right? Let's see here. Let's break this. I don't know what's in here. Position. Okay, perfect. That's what we need. So, index. Get float property, get material. It'll be in here somewhere. I'm gonna look at the comments because someone's got the answer here, I'm sure. TGS knows you improved the while you speak. Yes, I have. I've been working on that because I hate all that stuff. Because, well, I was reading, it's like, oh, when you have a lot of it sounds like it's because you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, that's not technically true in my case. I'm just looking for the right words to say, I guess. And then the silences are awkward. So, you fill it with some filler words, right? That's just natural for everybody. Can't we just set the spline point as an actor or something and it just fills the length of the spline as you set it in the... Well, yeah, I had a spline mesh. I had a spline mesh in here, but we don't need that, right? Because, I mean, if we have a, what's it called? A static mesh in here, now we're registering a bunch of static meshes in the world, and we don't need that. We literally just need to know if we hit a specific zone. So, this is the right play, but I'm just trying to get the length... Never mind, I just need the spline length like I had. Get spline length... Like, I think I'm just trying to do too much effing work, right? So, we'll kick a pile, the viewports. The only problem is... This doesn't encapsulate it. We gotta do length divided by 2, probably. Let's try that and see what it looks like. Well, damn. I'm so confused. Can I move? Okay, I can move it like this, and now it should be fine. So now if I, you know, increase this for whatever, well, it's not going to work anyway. I got to do this, the spline, right? There we go. Oh, it does make it bigger. Okay. Can I make the spline a child of that? Does that make sense? And then when I get this, it doesn't fix our issue. Okay. Let's do back the other way around. Alright, so similar, David, the box collision's X location should be set to 0. Yeah, it should be. Is that what the issue is? Pretty much, hey? It's still off. This should be set to 0. Or not. What's the spline length right now is that. What if I do this? What if I 1/6 divided by 2? Can you do that in here? You can. Holy shit, I didn't think you could do that in Unreal like you could do in Blender. Okay, well that's not the answer. 1620. No, minus 1620? No? Okay, 0? To have this line up, what does it have to be? And then if I increase this spline... Oh, is that the root spline? So if I move this one... Oh, it's still messed up here. Am I dividing it by 2 still? I am. That's annoying. So that's the root. This is like an actual spline point. Let's delete that spline. Then if I do this... I'm so confused how we... Because it's like, we're changing the box extent, but we're not changing the location, and the root is right in the middle, I think was what the issue is. So, there will be something here with the box we can do, right? So box, get box extent. And... hang on. I know we set the box extent here. We don't want, I'm sorry, we want the, get relative transform. Or location, pardon me. Get relative location. Or do we want to set it? Yeah, we want to set relative location to be something along the lines of... We just gotta figure out what it is before we start doing the maths on it, right? I wish we could move the root somewhere else in this box collision, right? The box collision's pivot isn't lining up with the spline pivot, that's the problem. Yeah, exactly. Can you just use a box mesh, set visibility to off, and use the collision from the mesh? Fine, I'll do that. Are we not gonna have the same problem? Right? Because we only need one mesh, we don't need anything else. Sorry, do I even need a spline? Actually? What if I just get rid of the spline and just have this, the collision? Right? And then, I'll do this. Get rid of that. I'll make this, promote this to variable. Let's call this, what's it called? Climb extent, I guess we'll call it. And then the defaults for that, we are going to do 0.05, 0.05, and then the climb extent will say, I don't know, like 50, I guess, for the default. Sweet. Compile. Box. That's interesting. Oh, I didn't set it here. Oh, no, I did. Oh, I didn't plug that in, did I? Oh, I did. What the fuck's happening here? Make that instance editable. Okay, let's put this in the world and see what happens. Climbable spline. So that's bigger. Oh, 0.1, I guess. Something like that, or 1. Let's do 1. Sorry, let's not do 1. We gotta do something bigger so they can actually hit it. Okay, 5. I just had that super small. It's got all confused. Okay, sweet. So there it is. Now we can just set the box extent to be what we want. How about that, hey? That was a whole lot of effing thinking for nothing. Perfect. Climbable spline right there. 200. Sorry, let's do 100. Good God, that's like the oldest school siren I've ever heard. I'm sure you guys can hear it. Someone died on my street, I guess. Oh well. Happens. Anyways, so... They come down here quite a bit, to be honest. Fire department, so it'll be something medical related, I'm assuming. Alright, so... Here's how I would do it, David. So, okay, we got this here. Let's, like, you know, line it up to this point. Now we can get the forward vector, I believe. Or no, it would be the... Because the forward vector would be this way. So why don't we flip this then? So that, because we want to get the forward vector so that we can do the capsule collision that I was talking about it before. So let's change that over to climb extent. We'll do 5, and then this will be the wild card. So you know what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to change this to a float. And then we'll make a vector, and then we'll plug this float into the Y. And this will be 5, just because we don't want to change it, right? Just want to keep that. Okay, there we go. There it is, and climb extent 100. There it is. Okay, perfect. So now the forward vector should be... Is it? Is it? Yes, okay, it should. The forward vector should be the correct way. Okay, so yeah, when you do the collision check, if for some reason it's not working, I mean, you can fiddle around with that to make sure that it's all good, but anyways, yeah, so this will be right on the edge. We'll make sure that the box collision has no collision except for custom climbable block. Compile. Okay, so we'll test it here. We'll make it still climbable, but it won't hit the line trace, right? So, and it should work there, and it should work here. Okay, perfect. Let's go back into the mantle and vault system that has been created here. Calculate wall heights. Line trace for objects. Probably that would be replaced with line trace by channel now. Right? Line trace by channel. And we'll do this, and channel type will be climbable. Draw debug, and object types doesn't matter now. This actors to ignore does. We do need to add a blocking hit. If it does hit something, we'll execute all this, and if not, then we will skip it. And is that all? Is that all? Start. Calculate forward line trace for objects. Check if the owner is already mantling or vaulting. Okay, yeah, and then... where am I? Where was I just? Oh, calculate wall heights. So that should happen here too. Right, so... okay, sorry. This is... the right vector? Yeah, well... but right vector might not be always correct the right way, right? Bigala Brian says. Or Bigalax Brian, pardon me. Now my question is, why does it need to be a spline? I think, did you say that after I already... or sorry, before I decided that it was done? I thought if you curve the spline, it curves the mesh. Yes, it does. But we don't necessarily need that. We just need a sphere, something for us to trace that we know we can climb. Up vector TG. The up vector would be, to be honest, what you would use here for your wall trace. Right? So, get actor location. Like what you're doing here, you could do an up vector instead. I mean... shit, why don't we just do that, right? Like, sorry, modifying your thing a little bit. Line trace for vaultable objects. We're going to delete this. I'm going to move this over here. Get owner is a good move, because this might be an enemies or something too. So we need to get line trace by channel. Sorry, not get, sorry. Just line trace by channel. And this will be out of false, because you said it's, if we're checking if we're vaulting or mantling already. And then this channel will be the climbable channel. We're going to get our owner, we're going to get up vector. This will be from the root, I believe. So I think this can be the start, and then we'll just do our usual stuff, right? So we'll multiply it by, you know, a float. What's our jump height? 3 meters, right? So we'll do 3 meters, and then we'll add it back into the up vector, and then we'll make that the end. Actors to ignore will be that. We're gonna do for a duration. I just want to see what it does, and we'll do 3 seconds, I guess. Okay, before we do anything else, I just want to check and see if this line trace is working properly. So it doesn't work because I must have missed something here. Component by class. Oh, does this check if we can vault? But it should be triggering it, shouldn't it? Hey man, glad to see you back at it. Thanks, Gerwolf Studio, welcome back. And RTM seems unusually silent. He must be distracted. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's working on his own shit. He's just supporting me in the background like normal, which is fine. I appreciate that, regardless. All right, what else we got here? Wouldn't it be 300 instead of 3? Is that what I put? I'm fucking dumb. Thanks, everybody. It's all your fault. Just kidding. Yeah, now I might see something. No, I don't see any line tracey trace. Okay. Where'd mouse go? There it goes. I feel like I should be able to see this. Yeah, I think that would be better on a timer. But let's see. It does fire. Get the up vector of our owner. Let's make this persistent. I see. So it is working. It's just underneath the collision thing, I think, isn't it? Or is that our foot IK? I did no, that's our foot IK. I did tell it to be persistent, so is it, where's the world origin? It'd be somewhere. Somewhere. I don't see no line trace nowhere, so... Why you no show up? What do we got? Awesome. Tier's tipped $5 through Super Chat. I appreciate you, Tier. And that will add 1 crown to the Crownometer. So, yeah, we got to get up to 5 there, then we'll put on the crown and I'll do something special for the top contributor on the chat here. So I see I'm in top chat. I will switch to live chat because I'm probably missing a bunch of everybody's messages here, so I apologize for that. Anyways, as a member, getting 1 hour mentoring each month, your guidance has leveled up my game dev skills massively. Thanks for mentoring and building together. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Once again, I am a authorized Unreal Engine instructor now, so if you guys want to book with me, as Tier mentioned, I do 1 hour 30 minutes blocks of one-on-one tutorial training. So if you guys want me to check your game out, explain a concept that's specific to your game, or you just want to learn a new system or how to do it or anything like that, you guys can head over to my website, takengrace.com, and check out the booking page. If you become a member, you actually get more. You get 1 free. If you're a royal, it's a free 30 minutes, or if you're a sovereign, it's a free hour per month. As a perk, and it's actually cheaper to become a member than it would be to book a 1 hour slot with me, so check those out. Alright, so here we are. The up vector is not working for us for some reason. We're going to figure out what's going on here. So where is this line trace? Is the big old question, because this is firing, right? I hit play. I have it debugged. I jump. It line traces somewhere. This would be good to know. So, Get the up vector. Okay, it's that... Oh, I see. That's not actually gonna do us any favors. So, okay, so, shit, I'm actually dumb. Sorry, everybody. What we need to do instead is not get up vector from this. We need to get the owner's, world transform. Except not that one. Get actor transform works. Then we need to split this. Then we need to plug this into start. And I may make a math expression for this because I, you know, don't like doing messy stuff. So we will get the up vector times the jump height plus the starting location. Okay. And then I come over here, I can change this to a vector, and I can change this to a vector, and it's going to output a vector now. So now we can get rid of all this, because we don't need no messiness in our graph, right? So our starting location will go here. Our up vector will drag back here, and we'll get our up vector and plug that in. Now our jump height will be 300, and this will be our end. Okay, so this is, let's say, oh, we can't name it. That's fine. Now we should see some stuff. Hopefully. There we go. Okay, so we got our up vector. We can test this, right? So that technically is going from the center of our player character, so that's where our root is. So we do need to dial this back then. So let's get our owners. I don't think, yeah, you can't do that. You need the, you have a reference in here somewhere, but with it, get component by class, skeletal mesh, and capsule collision. So you, okay, you set it. So it's in here somewhere. We'll get the capsule component, and we'll get the half height, and we will, then we'll get a subtraction node, and we'll move this to the bottom, and we'll subtract what we actually want, which is 300. We could actually add this to this as well to make it not stupid. So, and then jump height. I'm trying to think how to do this in here. Because we do want our up vector times our jump height, but we want our... So let's put it in a bracket. So we'll do 300 minus... Can we do... We can't put an equals in here or else it'll break, right? So let's do this. I'm trying to think of like the algebra like equivalent, right? Is 300 minus the half height. Sorry, capsule half height. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so that's dumb. So we'll just undo that and just do this, I guess. I'm just trying to clean it up a little bit and do some, you know, smart math or whatever. But anyways, okay, whatever. What don't we like here? Is missing a closing group. Oh, I see. So I can get rid of this front one here. Sorry. And this end one as well. There we go. Okay, that's all working. Alright, let's see if that works now. So, alright, so we should be able to do 3, which we can there, and then, but 3.5, we should be short, which we are. Sweet. Okay, so that fixed that issue, so we just minus, you know, if your character is bigger, then that'll work for their thing as well, right? So, alright, so, let's see, sorry, we got a lot of comments here I missed. TG, that line trace was checking if there was a wall in front of the character. I see. That doesn't matter anymore, to be honest, because we have this, right? if we're gonna, because see how it's hanging over. So what we're gonna do here, I'll just to showcase it. So we're gonna go to the 3 meter. We're gonna jump, and I have it as persistent. So now now that I'm piloting the camera, I can turn on collisions, and I guess it's set to hidden in game. So actually, what we'll do just for testing purposes here is I'll come into the climbable spline and we'll just make it not hidden in game so we can see it there. So looks like we gotta make this come out a little bit. So let's do that in here now. So we'll hit stop, and we'll select the box. We'll go, or sorry, we'll select the box and we'll go to the, not the box extent, right? Is that not what we're setting? Oh, we're setting in the construction script. So we'll make the X, like, I don't know, 20. And then we'll just make sure that this is, like, out here, right? Because now when we shoot up, we should hit that collision, which is what we're kind of aiming for here. Perfect. Did we hit it? Oh boy, it's like... I actually can't tell if we hit it. We did, but it's not registering as a hit because we just wanted to test and make sure it works. So now we can go back to our mantle and vault. So we don't need this anymore. This is super messy, but I see why you collapse it to a graph now. But we'll leave that for now. Okay, alright, so now we're going to do B for blocking hits. Sorry, hit B to get a branch for our blocking hit. Let's check what these are. Check if it's an angled object. What do we want to do in here? Can you explain this one to me? Because you're just setting the wall normal and wall location here. It checks if something is blocking the top of the actor. So, okay. That is where we're going to do the replacement for this, for a sphere collision. Pardon me, the capsule collision. So, in this case, I might make this a function. I'll just make a new function for this. We'll just say calculates, can character fit. We'll call it. Okay, and then we will get our... We'll make this the hit actor. Sorry, we'll say actor. Hit actor, because we're going to be hitting only the one thing, right? And this will be obviously an actor component, or an actor thing. Object reference. Okay, we're going to get the hit actor's forward vector. Do we need, sorry, we need to get its location first. Sorry, actor location. Or transforms, pardon me. Because we need the other one. Okay, transform. There we go. Get actor transform. We'll split this. Then we'll get our forward vector. Which is the X. If you guys aren't understanding what the forward vector is, it's the X, basically the local X of the player's route. Okay, so, that would be... I mean, this is the route. Yeah, it is. Okay, this is the route here. So, there's no transform or pardon me, there's no location or rotation on the route. Okay, so it's always the same. Okay, so this red line here would be its forward vector. So, essentially where this arrow component is, which I can't select for some reason. But yeah, that's going to be the forward vector of the actor. The up vector is the same thing. It's just going to be on the Z, and then the right vector is the same thing, but it's on the Y. Okay, so the Y would be this way. And it's always going to go in the positive direction. Okay, unless you multiply it by -1, then it's going to go the other way. Okay, so that's how you get the vectors, I guess. And all a vector is it's just... how do I explain this? So there's kind of two explanations for it in a sense. So vector is a position in 3D space, right? But at the same time, vector is also a direction. So if when we're getting our forward vector, where's our x pointing in 3D space on the x, on the y, or on the z, right? But if you can get out of that rotation, you're getting the forward vector, so you know where you need to start pointing, if that makes sense, right? And then if you plug in another actor, where is this actor in relation to this? The vector would be the direction towards that actor, right? So hopefully that makes sense. The way I kind of explain it, like, 'cause I'm a pilot, so it's like they give you, when you fly IFR, which is without looking out the window, and they'll give you an instruction over the radio, like, hey, fly vector 314 or something like that, and then you have to fly in that general compass direction. It's very, what's it called? It's very technical and professional. We're not just going to be like, 315 good enough, because then you're off course, right? But anyways, okay, so forward vector there. Then what are we doing here? Checking if we can fit. We're gonna get a capsule trace for objects is what we're gonna do here. So the actor transform, we're gonna get the forward vector. We'll multiply it by, let's say, I don't know, 100, I guess. Okay, so that'll be our starting location. And we'll say our end location as well, or do we take this and then add? Yeah, let's take this and add. Sorry, I lied. Let's just plug both of these in. And then, so for the radius, let's say, is there a radius on here? Get capsule radius. Get capsule half heights. Plug those in. Object types. I'm going to leave that blank. If we're blocking anything, I don't think we should be able to... I lied. Let's make an array here. World static. World dynamic. I think if there's a pawn in the way, you can maybe push the pawn out of the way. I'm not really sure. We can figure that out later. Physics body. Yeah, I think the rest are kind of fine. We don't want to do that, so... we'll do a persistent draw so we can see what's happening. Actors to ignore. I don't think there's any at this point. Right? Okay, let's see if this works now. We'll go back to our event graph. Let's move all this over. And then we'll do can character fits. We'll break our hit results. And then we'll get our hit actor. Plug that in. Alright, let's see if this works. And then we can read some comments after here. Okay, so let's do this. We'll do this. I don't see... Oh, yeah, because we haven't... I don't think we set this as... Oh, we did. I must have did it in the wrong spot then. Oh yeah, right here. Trace channel climbable. Is it like just too short? Sorry, I just want to make sure here. Interesting that it's not hitting it at all. Because it is definitely going through there. Let's read some comments, but yeah, thoughts on that, because that doesn't make sense. Oh, unless I have to do query. Yeah, that's probably what I gotta do. Okay, anyways. Bro, my thought on memory usage is way different now. I get it. Sorry, we're... Sorry, missed a lot of comments here. That line trace was checking if there was a wall. Yeah, I did that. Today I learned about math expressions. Yeah, man, math expressions are freaking awesome. I love them. It just cleans your graph up so much, especially when it's all gross and dirty. But, get the forward vector and multiply it by the actor location. I mean, I got in the zone there and I started figuring out, keep following, and he will teach you things no university has taught me. Yeah, Tyr, how long did you go to university for, and like what did you learn exactly? Because it's game dev related. My spaghetti code is slowly becoming less spaghetti. Yeah, nice, man. I prefer working in C++, but blueprints are so much more fun. Dude, right? 100%. Like C++, like I made a couple systems in my in the new game I'm working on here, which is this one. And yeah, like the building system works really great because I made it a subsystem, so it's just easy to access and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, blueprints are much more fun. It's just like prototyping something out, getting it to work. Like, sure, I'm going to use blueprints all day long, right? But anyways, let's see. Yeah, I read that one. Might be able to fix that sphere trace with a sphere trace instead of a line trace. Yeah, I think, yeah, the issue is what I already pointed out. Where's the blueprints? Did I close it? God damn it. I closed it. Oh, I didn't. Okay, good. So, yeah, the issue was I had no collision on it, and it should be query only. So, this should work now. We'll see. There, it does work. So, I'll change this back to 350, wherever that was in here. Or 300, pardon me. Okay, there it is. Hit compile, and then, that works. If we hit anything... Oh, it's not going to be a hit, though. It's going to be... an overlap. Which is not this, which really drives me frickin' crazy, to be honest. No, it should be fine. Where are we here? Unless this just didn't work. That's also possible. Persistent draw time. Yeah. So we'll go back to... wherever I just was, here. Box... generates simulation generates hit events. Generate overlap events. Sure. Oh dang. We want to ignore all these as well. Object type, world static, that's great. Yes, okay. Yeah, it should work, but we'll see why it doesn't, I guess. Okay, so it generated a hit result. But did we go past this? We did. So why don't you draw me a goddamn... I know why. Sorry, we gotta add these together, and then plug these into both. Let's see if that fixes our issue. It does. Okay, sweet. So that works. However, what didn't work is I don't think it drew it in the right spot. Get up there, buddy. Get. Okay, well, I'm just gonna F8 fly up there because we haven't fixed the mantle system yet. Okay, so... how do we make it so that it's drawing... because it's the right size, it's the exact size of our capsule components. It's 100... yeah, this is perfect, because we don't want to do it right on the edge, just because, like, if there's, like, an overhang here, for example, and then we trace here, and it's like, oh yeah, you can climb up here, and then you're kind of stuck up there in a bad spot, so I think that's a good spot for it. We just gotta move it up, by its half height, essentially. So, yeah, it's exactly where it needs to be, it's just moving that up. So let's see some comments here. Where is my mouse? There it is. Sorry, miss. Okay, if the wall is angled, it tries to update the character's location based on the angle not working at the moment. Okay, copy. I'll put it off to the side, then I won't delete it. Add vaulting spline to the player character. Add a vaulting spline to the player character. Didn't we? I thought that component was on the player character. Add them to the bosses too, right? Yeah. 3 years and I learned design and development, Tier says. Okay. Nice. Well, design and design and development, I guess. Design, I can see them not teaching you a lot of stuff, because yeah, Azura did a game design course as well, and she learned like a lot of design stuff, but they didn't really learn much blueprint stuff. Actor Bros, hello, I'm Justin. Justin, welcome to the stream. Thanks. Did you know you can use mouse 4 and mouse 5 to go back and forth through your blueprint tabs if you have the right mouse anyway? I mean, I do have multiple buttons on my mouse. Anyways, tier like gameplays, Excel systems and stuff. I can't read that friggin' word, it's too small. Basically a bunch of things in here and the and in games, but I never really punched through with blueprints the way you teach it. Thanks, man. Yeah. Plus half height. Yeah, 100%. I think that's the solve here for sure. But yes. Okay, so yes, plus half height. So let's add a pin here and make this a float. And then the half height. Let's see. There it is. Interesting, it's in a weird spot, unless I was in a weird spot. Oh, no, it should be calculating it off the climbable. So yeah, that is an odd effing spot. What happened there? That did fix our other issue, though, but it just created this new one, which... Actor location... Oh, I see. Sorry, let's not do what I just did there. Let's move this back so we have like a little bit of room. Let's split this. And then only plug this capsule half height into the Z, wherever you're from, whatever. You know? Anyways. Oh, it didn't even do anything that time. Oh, there we go. Why is it partially red, partially green? That doesn't make sense to me. Alright, but anyways, looks like we did it. Okay, that's exactly what we want. We want to check and see if we've hit anything. And, let's hit stop, and let's do the next part of this now. So the event graph, so we hit something, and then we gotta go back into here. We're gonna do a let's do a return node. I was just thinking of how to do this. And we'll return the value out of here. Sorry, can our player doesn't fit is what I'm going to say. You know what? That's too confusing. Does player fit is what we're going to say. And then we're going to do a not out of here because it's the opposite, right? Like if we hit anything, we want to, we know that we don't fit there, right? And oh shit. I just realized it's going to hit the floor no matter what. So here, we'll do this and I'll have to go out of here. So see how it's green? Because it hit the floor here, right? So we need to not hit the floor there. I wonder... And you know what? Why doesn't this encapsulate the whole thing? Right? Because, like, we're gonna want to also mantle on this side, I just realized as well. So, you know, things change on the fly here. Climb extent, let's make that, woo! What do we got here? Ed tipped, 129 Mexican dollars. That's how I see it when it comes up, because it's, MX... 129, so, but, and he does live in Mexico, so anyways, thanks, Ed, I appreciate that. What? I thought I read something about the stream being tomorrow. Cool, it's today, yeah, right? Awesome, and we're gonna add one to the chronometer there as well. Thanks, everybody, for the, donos. So, back... It looked like the bottom tip collided with the floor. Yeah, Squeebs is on it, hey? He's gonna be the new David. Like, David's been, David joined the streams in, like, January, and, like, every stream he's just been like, hey, TG, you didn't do this, you fucking idiot, right? Except he's nice about it, right? I'm hard on myself because I need to be. Anyways, so... we want to... You know what we could do, then? I just thought of every game of all time that you can break when you do, like, a boundary break and you can, like, climb walls that you can't climb. I bet you fucking money this is why. Let's see here. So, this climb extent, I'm gonna change from a float to a vector. Can you do a vector 2D? You can. Let's do a vector 2D. Yes, change it and compile and then save everything because Unreal crashes when you change variables. So all save, great. So we'll do a vector 2D instead. We'll break it here and we'll plug it X and Y into the appropriate areas here. Okay. So we'll hit compile. We'll go back to this. Oh shit! I gotta set some defaults. Let's do. Whoops, 200 by 200. Hit compile. Let's not do that, Jesus Christ. Let's do 100 by 100. There we go. Okay, so this is why. Okay, so they'll do this so that they can overlap from all sides for you to jump. But, you know, there might be like this little bit of a bleed, so when you do a boundary break and then you can randomly grab a ledge, that's definitely why, right? So, anyways... so that perfectly encapsulates that, but we need overhang, so we're gonna extend this out. Let's say, let's make the default 150. How about that? That'll make this nice. 150 and 150, okay? Perfect, okay, that's overhanging exactly the right amount. The only problem I see now is like this overhang is gonna... Actually, that doesn't matter. Right? That doesn't matter, and I'll show you why here. It does matter... it doesn't even matter for this, because if it's here, we're gonna go a bit lower, and we're gonna hit that before we hit the other one, right? Anyways, I wanted this to be basically flush with this, and then from its root, see how the root is off the floor? I think that's gonna solve our issue here. So now we can do this inside of mantle and vault. We don't need to... we can get the actor transform. We don't need the forward vector anymore, do we? No, we just need the up vector. Because we already... the root of it is already in the spot we want it, right? Get the up... Shit, I lied. Let's not do that. Because what if the thing's huge, right? You know what? Actually, fuck this. Let's not do that. Let's change this hit actor to the hit locate or the impact point. Do we want the impact point? Yes. We'll say impact point. We'll change this to a vector. We're doing so much refactoring here, but this is going to be great. Let's go back to the event graph. Let's get rid of this. Let's plug in our impact point. So this is going to be the point in which it touched the overlapped actor. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to get the impact points. We are going to multiply... No, we need to break this. Just trying to think now how to get to... we do need the forward vector of some variety. Shit, okay, so we do want the impact points, but... let's say hit actor. And impact points. Alright. Someone said a comment last stream that I laughed at even like after the stream was over. He's like, it's funny watching somebody use Unreal Engine like it's an LG dishwasher, and I was just... All right. Add some value to the half height that you already have. The gears are turning. We may not be able to reach him for a hot sec. Yeah. Yeah, right. Are you talking about, oh yeah, this is capsule. Yeah, that's correct. Get the forward vector. And then we need to multiply it. Stand by. We get the forward vector, and then we multiply it by whatever we said before. 100, I think is what it was, or 150. Something like that. I think it was 100. But anyways, so we multiply it by 100. We do need to add that back into the forward vector. But instead of the forward vector, it's like the impact points, but we need the actual direction. So can I multiply this by the forward vector and then make that this? And I can't remember what this other one was. Let's get rid of it. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this works. Okay, well, I don't think it did. But, you know what, actually? Because here's the thing, right? If, like, we're going in this way, the forward vector is going to be different than if we're attacking it from the other way. So we almost need the forward vector of the player character. Do we do that instead, then? So we'll break this. We'll get our owner, right? Which should be an actor. Yeah, okay. Get actor, forward vector. Yeah, and then capsule trace. The only problem with this is it's going to cause issues if you're not perfectly straight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that would ideally draw a capsule, like, way the hell over there, right? Okay. I take that as a big compliment and recognition. Yeah, right. I just thought it was a funny way of explaining it. The LG dishwasher thing. If the mantle surface guarantees the player to clear the height, then the capsule should be able to use it as a reference to clear the player to climb minus the other objects. Yes, because yeah, again, I'm thinking of like, because this obviously would work in this individual case, but like if this platform was this big, and we had this climbable thing on here, this will be probably 250 at this point, something like that, right? So you know, if we have this and we got the up vector for this hit actor, right? It's going to be here. So like, and your player would be like, "Can you fit here?" Sure, and then it's going to allow us to climb, but you know, I don't know, maybe this is blocked or something like that. Huh. This is tricky in my brains. Yeah, and then oh shit, I was on top chat, couldn't see your messages, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie always gets banished to the live chat only and not the top chat. What's going on with that? Eddie's a top contributor of the community here, so anyways, let's figure out how to make this work. This is tough. We had it working before. is the other thing. So I kind of changed too much, and now it doesn't work at all, so... This is a plus node, plus the start and end, radius, half height, that's all good. Get the owner, get our transform. What am I doing? I made this mistake already, right? Get actor transform. Split. Get forward vector. Okay, so we got that. The impact points. Instead of this, perhaps... Because this is the 3D space of our forward vector, so if we... Oh, hang on. Let's get our actor transform from here, and then let's get our... Let's... I guess actor location is what we need. Get actor... location. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna be great. So... Then we're going to get our... Sorry, we're gonna get our look at... Find relative... Is it look rotation? Starting point? Yes, this one here. Okay, so what this is gonna do is... We're gonna get the location of our hit actor, which is the root, right? Which is the center of the thing that we made. And then we're gonna get our owner, which is in this case our player character, get our forward vector, and then basically get the rotation between these 2 points. Like, when we go from here to here, what, like, compass direction are we heading, essentially? Okay? And then that, we're gonna get our forward vector from. So we're always facing the right way. So that'll fix that issue I was just talking about. Okay, so we got our forward vector. We're gonna multiply it by 100. We need to add this back in? No. This one. Yes, okay. So getting the location of our player. And adding 100 in. We'll see how that lines up. Then this is just offsetting the height, so it's the actual correct height. And that should do it. Okay, let's see if this works. Boom! That did not work. Did I miss it? Okay, there. That worked. But we didn't get a capsule collision. Did I set it to persistent? Go away, you. I don't need you right now. I did, so we should be able to see it in the world somewhere. I don't see it, like, under the map or whatever, so... Hey, there it is right there. So, it's... Unless, was that the no, that wouldn't have been the first one. So, obviously it's not there. Let's just do this. Oh, I missed it. No, I didn't miss it. Oh, I did miss it. Okay, so it's drawing it in the actual, like, world origin. So, that's not where we want it. So, what did we do wrong here? We need this. I see. Okay, we don't need this. I think we just need to plug this into here. Yeah, because the forward vector would be 1, right? So if 1, 0, 0 is like basically the world origin, so that makes sense. And then this has to get plugged into here. Okay. This is making sense in my brain now. Hopefully you guys are following along here. Okay, so almost. Like, it's now it's, you know, where I jump. I can't even hit that one anymore. It's basically where I jump, so we don't want that exactly. So we get the forward vector times 100. Then we add it back into this. Okay, so I think we need to add... Man, this is making my brain work today. Holy shit. So, we get our hit actor's location. That's just to find this. So this does not, none of this matters now. This is just to get the forward vector. Then we need to multiply the forward vector by 100, and then add that to the original location, except we need to add... I see, okay. We need to add... Or we need to put it on top. So this is probably where the impact point comes in. So let's add the impact point to this. Because we hit a spot, right? So we want to add that location data into our starting location. Or we just don't even deal with our actor's starting location. We just deal with the impact point. Let's see what happens. Why don't you do what I want? Okay, well, something's messed up again. Did I plug stuff into that? I didn't, that's why. Impact points. We're almost there, everybody. Alright, so we're getting there. You can see it's like in the ground still again. So that's not working, but it's... I did say the impact points... Oh, it's gotta be the impact point plus 100. Which it did. Get the forward vector... Which will be... Let's put a breakpoint here. I'm very curious what some of the data is, because this will be able to help us debug this, right? Just make sure that debug object's on. It is. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, the actor location is, you know, whatever it is, right? Impossible to frickin' deal with that. Okay, what's this? Okay. So, pitch and yaw we don't, or the yaw we care about. So he's looking almost fully to the east, right? So that's actually correct. So then we convert that to a forward vector. Okay, and then we multiply by 100. We should be getting that. Okay. Start end should be the same anyway, minus... Okay. This is all... It is what it is. The capsule... Oh yeah, radius, yeah. And the half height's 90, okay. Part of me doesn't understand how it's doing what it's doing. You guys have inspired me to change my Discord name here in YouTube. In your honor, friends. Nice. Nice. Shadow Ed. Shadow Ed. Matlin Von Turner, is that voices in my head? Yeah. Hark nay, for it is Eddie the Shadow Chatter. Yeah, right. Okay. Why the feck don't you work? I think I know what we need to do here. So times it by 100, and then I'm actually super confused why this doesn't work. Yeah, this is only to offset, which this isn't working anyway, so let's just get rid of this, and let's just plug this in and see what happens. Sorry, I'll get rid of that breakpoint. I just want to visually see what's going on here. Okay. interesting. That's where it draws it, right? It's drawing it essentially... What we had before worked, though. You know, we just had to change one thing, and now here we are down a rabbit hole where something doesn't fucking work. That's how she goes, hey? Maybe the character just never learned to climb. Yeah, right? Funny thing is, TG's is doing his thing and you guys are trolling. Yeah, right? Keep the comments alive, right? Try adding one negative 80 to the yaw real quick. For the character? Or for this? Okay, so let's logically think what we need to do. And then let's do that. So what we need is our character needs to... Well, I was fixing a later problem. So if our character jumps here, and we detect that we hit that box that we can climb here, we can't get the forward vector... We can't get the forward vector of that hit actor, because if I approach it from this side, right, if I'm on that step, for example... Let's put myself up there just for illustration purposes. Right, if I interact from it from here... Jesus. Okay, good. Right, from this side, the forward vector is not the same as it would be if I'm interacting from it from this side. So we need to find a way for us to always look towards the center of this, which I think we accomplished with this node here, the find lookout rotation. So we're getting our owner's transform. Let's just do that again, sorry. And just see what it is. Jesus. Did I not, Oh, okay, I took it off. Okay, so I'm pretty much, like, almost 90 degrees, right? So, where was it? Back here? Yeah, 130. I am doing this, so, sure, could be possible. It's also minus 130. Which is why this is outputting, like, minus whatever the frick it is. Or, yeah, we're getting the forward vector. The impact points. Let's see here. How do I stop crying when my BPs don't work and there's literally nothing wrong with them? I mean, you basically do what I'm doing and you just cry harder and then it works, right? So, this is how you get around that problem. You could add some offset from the half height on the old code. TG, why is the collider encapsulating the entire platform? This seems unnecessary. It's because, well, I was thinking ahead as well again, so, you know, we'll stop this. It seems unnecessary because this is a square, but once you, you know, drag this out, and now this is like an oddly shaped thing, right? Like, if it's like, frickin' that, right? You would want to be able to climb this from any side, right? You could just put 4 frickin' things around here, but what about, like, oddly, like, if this was its own thing? Right? You know, you'd have to put blueprints on literally all of these sides, and that just seems super wasteful to me, personally, but, I mean, we could just do that, because that would simplify, because we could just get the forward vector and it would work, right? But, I'll open that up to feedback, because I'm actually not sure. Because, yeah, I was just thinking ahead, like, for, like, oddly shaped stuff, but I mean, I guess we could just put... Because they don't cost anything, essentially, right? And they only trigger stuff to happen when you actually climb, so... you know what, I kind of agree with them, so let's just do it this way, then. So, climb extent, we'll just, yeah, we'll shrink that up to basically nothing. And, right. Well, now the problem is I locked this off before, so the forward vector was always the same way. Let's, you know what? Fuck, what am I doing? Why don't I just do this? Shit, we hit that, but we don't have a reference to anything else. We could accomplish this with an interface. What we could do is we could, yeah. Okay, I got it. I figured it out, everybody. So we're gonna go to here, and we have a box here, obviously, which we're now going to convert this back to a float. Standby. I'm just, like, bugs come into my brain, which sounds super wrong, but yeah, bugs come into my brain sometimes, and I'm like, hang on, that might not work, but, my thought process is, what if we, add a component here, like, let's add a capsule component here, right? Capsule collision, and, you know, we'll make it, we could make these variables, like we can make a function here to set the capsule component to be whatever it's, what's it called? I'll just do that quick here. I'll say function set capsule, components. Sorry, set capsule size, we'll say. And yes, I know it's 2 p.m. I just want to, we'll finish this here. Set half height and set radius. Plug that in here. Plug this in here. Okay, there it is. Add a return node. Perfect. So we'll set our capsule heights and stuff with that function. And then inside the viewport here, we'll just do some defaults. Capsule half height of 90, which is our players, and the radius was like 35 or something like that. Okay. This should be 100, I guess. Okay, so the forward vector is over here. Shit. Do I have to set the defaults on these again? Yes, I do. So, oh, right, it's gotta be in the constructor, so for fuck's sakes. 5. 10. No, we did... Oh, no, we did 20 because we want it to be wide enough for us to hit. Okay. So, viewports, there it is. Okay, this capsule component is gonna be basically here, right? Why does it have to be a capsule component? Why can't it just be a box and we can just check the whole fucking thing? Let's do that. Let's do that instead. So we'll duplicate this box. We'll just say, what do you call it? Let's call it, the... Fuck, we can't do that either. God damn it. I keep thinking of stuff, and then I keep thinking of things that'll happen later that won't work, so... because yeah, I was thinking of just having this whole box, like, take up, you know, this space, then we just check the box and see if there's anything in it, but that, if literally anything's standing there or blocking it, then, yeah. I do like the capsule better, just, yeah, this is a tough one to figure out here. Going back to this. It is better to just do this, to be honest, so... So, yeah, I'm gonna just negate what I just did there. But yeah, I still agree with what, shit, the name escapes me. Where is it? Yeah, Big Alex Brian. I feel like you're really overcomplicating it. Yeah, 100%. That's kind of what I was thinking too, like 2 seconds ago. Because yeah, like I said before, everything's not always going to be a square. But we just need to. Okay, so yeah, I like what Lax Brian's saying here. So we'll just do this. Make sure that the forward vector. I did want to add a an arrow component in here, which is yeah. So that's perfect. And then we'll put that arrow components here. Okay, so that'll be the direction that we yeah, we can delete that function now. Yeah, that'll be the direction we need it to point inwards, right? So do that. There it is. There it is, right? Perfect. So make this arrow a bit smaller. Arrow length, we'll do like 20, 30, something. Okay, there we go. So that's the direction that we're going to do. So yeah, it'll be the same thing basically. So we check if we hit something, we get the forward vector, and we just need to move it up a little bit. God, that was yeah, you're right. Super overcomplicated stuff here. Can character fit? We don't need this or this. We just need the get the actor forward vector. This didn't work last time, but right, because we need the yeah, okay. So yeah, we're gonna get the actor transform. Split this. Get the forward vector from the rotation, and then this is going to be the same sort of idea. And then this. Get rid of impact point now. And yeah, it'll be this plus this is that. There, that seems simple, everybody, right? Usually there's a simple thing for that. Okay, so let's do this. Let's check it out. Am I too short now? Yes, I am. So we'll make this... Where do we check if it's 300? It's in this, right here. We'll do like 320. Just to give it that little extra. Alright. Cool, look, it did it, everybody. Now we just gotta add that thing back in that I had before. Which was, here it is, can character fit. And then we add this to, and we'll split this to our half heights. Wow, we just wasted an hour when it was like that simple. There, it didn't hit anything, right? Pilot our camera. Did we hit anything? Nah, we didn't hit anything. Sweet. So we just gotta make sure... like, that this is up a bit, I guess. Because, like, I bet you if I do this one, like, since it's literally right in this, that it's going to be... it would be in the floor. So that really sucks because you literally would have to check every fucking ledge in the game to make sure that these are all appropriately spaced. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we can just add another fucking 20 to it or something like that. Just to be extra sure. Right? So we'll just capsule half height plus, you know, yeah, 20, I guess. Plug that in. That seems fair, hey? Yeah, because you wouldn't want your capsule to be like right up tight to the actual roof of the place. So that's perfect. Okay, so yeah, all you need to do now is do this. And can I... Nah, oh, almost. Sure, and then this one would be down here. I'm just going to check some other heights here as well now. Perfect. I'll just copy and move these down here, down here. Sweet, let's check them out. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so I think that's going to be great. So we're almost done this, redoing this here. So this works out perfect. Does the player fits? We want that to be, we want to not hit anything. So we want this to be false, but I just, cleaner to do it like this. Okay, so can we fit? If we can't fit, we do nothing. Okay, and then we'll skinny that up. I don't need impact point anymore in this function, I believe. No, so we'll get rid of that. And what do we do after this? You did some other checks. You're checking if something is blocking the top of the actor. We just did that in that one function. And is that it? Is that all we do here? So this doesn't, we don't need this anymore. Calculate the wall height. What do we do in here again? So right here, you're setting the wall height. Let's see here. Can character fits? Why don't we do this instead? Let's set our, where is it? Wall height. We can literally just set here. Because we have this trace start and trace end. So do we... length... Vector length... It's vector squared, isn't it? Is this the one I'm thinking of? Distance squared... Squared distance between the 2 points. I think this is what the one I want. And then this would be, we'd break this, sorry, split this, and it'd be the z, right? So you don't even need that function at all. Got a bail, shift change, woots. Thanks for joining, Squeebs. Appreciate the help too. And even if the player is to the side when jumping, sorry, Big Alax Brian says it should always work. Forward vector is relative to the actor rotation. The actor's rotation. Yeah, exactly, which is why I added the arrow component, just to make it super obvious. And we can only manipulate the one float value in the construction script. So, yeah, that'll just make it longer this way, but we can't change anything else about it, so I think that's great. And what else did we have to say here? Setting the wall height for the jump height helper function, that's in tick. Hey, TG and people. Labyrinth, welcome back to the streams. And we are... Yeah, I want to finish up here so we can spend some time with Azura. But, let's see here. So for the mantle system, yeah, this was calculating the wall height. Yeah, we literally just did that with, like, 2 nodes. So I'm going to delete this one, David, but we'll get back there. So this is checking true that we are... what's it called? That we are, sorry, checking true that we are vaulting, just so we don't run the vault thing again. Delay. This is for wall is tall, wall is not tall. I feel like there's a thing we can do with that. Calculate the wall thickness. What does this do, David? Because if the wall's not thick enough to climb, we wouldn't put a thing here. You know what I mean? Like, if we want a wall that's not climbable, then, yeah, we wouldn't put a thing there. Like, you know what? I understand what you mean. Like, it's like, if we jump up here to grab this, like, why would we ever... Right? Put our thing up there. But yeah, we just would not put a one of these climber things here. That's just my opinion, but we'll see. Oh, so it's for vaulting. I see. Okay. Well, do we create another trace channel that's just vaulting? Do you know what I mean? Like, because if we put a little wall up here, let's see here. Sorry, I'll just add another, what's it called? Geometry box. And take, 100, sure, whatever. Okay, so, we got this guy here. I hit delete instead of end. Whoops. There we go. Put this guy here. For vaulting, like... I can also understand the annoyance of having to individually fucking do the vault thing, right? So it's like every single surface that you could possibly vault over, we also have to put one of those. I think that is more practical because we can control where the player can and can't go, but for vaulting, yeah, it's kind of annoying. So for vaulting, we could do, we'll have to work on this next episode or whatever, next week, but, yeah, let's work on that next week. So we'll omit the vaulting for now, and we'll fix that next week. So... where's the event graph? Right here. So that's what the wall thickness does. Copy that. So that does, I mean, we can leave it in there for now. It doesn't do anything at this point. But this sets all the montages and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's just plug all this back in, which we did already. I think with animations, we can... I think we could plug in... Sorry, one sec. There's got to be a way that we play a specific animation based on how high the wall is. That's something I'll have to experiment with. I'm not super great with animation, so I don't know the answer off the top of my head here, but anyways, let's just test this and see how we got it. Oh, you don't, hey? Alright then. You don't climby? Why you no climby? You know why? Because I came out of true. Oh no, that is what we want. Distance squared, we're mantling. Additional checks again, what, I don't think we... Checks if it's an angle object is the only thing we didn't do. Wall location, wall normal. You set those. Do those play a role anywhere? I see. Well, okay, they do. So why don't we set those here as well? Wall normal and wall location, I think is, yeah, wall location. So we'll set these. The wall normal will be literally... I see. This is why you did calculate wall thickness, I think. So this could be a... yeah, this could be a function, I suppose. So at wall height we can get super easy. These ones not so much. Calculate wall thickness. Set wall, disable inputs. Okay, sorry, let's, yeah, I'll just create a quick function for this. Sorry, function get wall height and normal, I guess. So we'll just, get our, what's it called? We'll just get our capsule component and get the forward vector. Sorry, get the world's transform. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do a quick trace here. Sorry, not height. We have the height. It's the location. Okay, then we'll split this, and we will get the forward vector. We're just going to line trace, right? So this will be times, we'll say float, we'll say 100, I guess. Then we're going to add that back into the starting location, and we'll get a line trace by channel. Line trace for objects, I think is yeah, that's a bad call. We'll just do visibility. Yeah, and then we'll do start will be this, obviously, and then the end will be this. Ignore self, perfect. And we should hit something when we call this, because we're right beside a wall. I already know an issue that's going to happen, but we'll deal with that in a second here. But we'll break this, and then we'll set those two things, the wall normal and the wall location. Impact points, and impact normal. Perfect. Skinny that up, and that's all done. Then we'll just add that into our execution graph here. Alright, what do I got for comments here? Do the mobs have AI yet? They do, yes. The wall normal height should be the capsule trace locations. Well, fuck, wouldn't that make sense, hey? Well, yeah, the height, no, the height's fine, because we traced, right? We traced, excuse me, the start of our trace and the end of our trace squared, and that's the length, so that'll be your wall height, so that's no big deal. The normal... So, is your wall normal and wall location, is that, like, what's directly in front of you? Like the wall, or is that, like, what you're going to be on top of next? Is that, like, yeah, that's the question I have for you. I'll just check and make sure and see if this works now anyway while we're waiting. No, you don't work. No. Okay, well. Let's see what's not working here. I just got it on my other screen. Just a quick debug here. So, wall is thick. Of course it's thick, right? Play montage, skeletal mesh, blah blah blah. Disable inputs. Oh, were those false? Sorry, I'll put over here so you guys can see as well. Oh, okay, so calculate height and set mantle montage is failing. Wall height 2. What's wall height and wall height 2? Okay, well, yeah, what's wall height 2? I'm interested. A message from the shadows. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, Ed. The wall... It's on top of the next. Okay. Yeah, and then what's wall height 2 do? Because it's checking if it's not higher than 400. But we already have checks in place. Or we already have a maximum height that we can climb anyway. So is this necessary? Vault or mantle. Sets info for jump, help, function, and these values should be based on the mantle animation. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. And then this is... Yeah. Let's go back here. Wall height 2, I think you can delete it. Okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. And then Big Brian, Lax Brian's got to solve here as soon as I do this. So we don't need this branch anymore. Copy that. Because that was just checking if we should be doing it or not. If we reach this point, we should be doing it. Because we have all the other checks in place. Big Lax Brian, it's failing because height 2 will always not be... Yes, okay. It's just there for storing old wall z-axis. Okay, sweet. So, yeah, we'll see if this works now. Yeah! I don't know what the fuck happened there. What the fuck happened there? Where's the level? Oh boy, it like... Oh, you know what happened there? It was, I think... collisions intercepted or some shit like that, and it fucking threw me way up there. So let's see if that's what the case is. Okay, we'll do this little one. Yeah, I think that might have been what happened there. It just didn't, I do have air control, right? Okay, sounds good. Woo! Trying to land. Don't you dare miss! Where's your air control, buddy? Where's your fucking Christ? Anyways, so that's not what we want. While these montages are playing, I thought you disabled the collision. Interesting. Well, you know what? We should save this for another day, I guess. We can figure this out next time. But I mean, the mantle system, for the logic side of it, works, so we don't have to worry about that. It's just like atoms fixing atoms, basically. So, oh, hang on. We have wall height 2 here again. So yeah, let's delete this, and we'll delete all these for now. We have a delay here because why? Question mark? I'm just gonna delete that for now as well. We calculated the wall thickness, it looked like twice. Oh, set the wall as thick, I see. So I'm gonna disconnect this and this. We're gonna leave this alone for now because, sorry, what did you do in here again? Calculate the wall thickness. Right, that was for, we're just gonna take this over here. Because, yeah, this is all to do with vaulting, and we're gonna figure that out next stream. So I'll just... With that, I'll put a comment around it that says, we'll work on next stream vaulting. Okay. Alrighty. There's not anything else in here that was going to screw us? I don't think so. Yeah, you were tracing for objects, I'm just line tracing for channels at this point. But yeah, I think what's happening here, like I said, is the collisions... it doesn't like that I'm inside this collision here, and then it just, like, shoots me way the fuck up there. Right? So, that's what I think's happening, but we'll have to drill into that next time. But, anyways... Unless this is, like, an obscene number. That could be possible. Let's check and see what that is. Yep, that's the problem. So, distance squared is not what we want, I guess. So... let's do trace... let's do trace start... minus, impact point, I guess? And then, can we get a float out of this? Or, sorry, we would split this. And then plug in this, right? I feel like that would be the answer. Let's see. Let's see what the amount we get is. minus 56. So, I guess technically, yeah, the input pack point would have to be on top, wouldn't it? Because we're subtracting the big number from the little number, right? Perfect. So we'll get rid of this, and I just want to do it from scratch so we can see what happens. All right, that fixed that issue. Thank God. Cool. So a little bit of jankness, obviously here. So a couple other little things we got to figure out, but for the most part, we got the actual logic working for the mantle systems, right? So David did a really good job setting it up from scratch here, but yeah, I think this is going to be a better way to do it. We're just checking to see can we climb this, which we're going to check with this actor here. Then we do a collision sphere check up here to see if we can even fit before we climb, and then when we do, we can climb, right? So now it's going to be an animation and wall height kind of, you know, do-si-do kind of thing. So all right, anyways, thanks everybody. That's going to be the end of the stream, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and join me next week here. We'll keep plugging away at this. Now we need to fix the jump height helper next stream. Okay, sounds good. Swap the pins. Yeah, Big Alex, Brian, big brain over there. Jeez. Fuck, you should be doing this, right? But, alright, yeah, if you guys want to book, sessions with me so we can look at stuff in your game, head over to my website there and make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's unknown, actually, if I'm releasing a video this week or not, because, like I said last stream, I'm dealing with this new job thing. It's a little complicated, so I might have to put a bunch of energy into working on that, this week. So, if I have any leftover time, I'll make the video, but it's just gonna be diversion, setup and all that kind of stuff, so. But anyways, you guys, have a good, rest of your weekend and keep learning till you game over. Peace.